Oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock right here. What's happening? It's Marshall. Thanks for tuning into this show. Doing a live stream on a Saturday. Guess what? It's a little actually early. It's not quite 5 o'clock, about 4:58 in the Mountain Time Zone. So gonna continue some work on the Psytrance tune that we kind of started working on last week. And I want to give a few updates on some of the synths that are coming in. And then also talk about this coolness right here. This is the Studio B, kind of in shambles. Trying to work on getting all those boutiques hooked up. Got another computer that I've set up in there. Was just waiting on some extra parts. So I think I've got everything. So I'll start hooking all that shit up later today probably. And start working on a track that is using all the boutique synths. So that'll be fun. A couple additions to the studio. Integra 7. Yeah, I picked up an Integra 7, and I'm using it in the Psytrance tune. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then I had kind of a sad story on eBay. Like, I picked up this guy. This is a JD-990. And if you can see here, let me see if I can get it in the camera view. Look at this rack here. It's bent all to hell. Look at that. So that one's bent, and then this one is bent too. So I was actually pretty upset because the seller that I bought this from said, oh yeah, we've got an excellent condition JD-990, and it was a good price. And so I picked it up, and then they messaged me saying, oh, we don't know where that one is, but we can get you a different one from Canada. And I said, let me see some pictures. So they sent me some pictures, and what happened with this one is whoever packed it did kind of a shit job, and the box looked like it was just all messed up. So I told them I want like a pretty hefty discount, which they agreed to. So I'm going to actually do a video on trying to fix these rack ears. I don't think it'll be that hard to fix those. But the other thing was, like, the power button was like inside the chassis somehow. It got shaken loose. Like, that just tells you like what kind of a ride it had on the way over here. But I pulled it apart, fixed all that. There was also one of the buttons, the system update button or system utility button or something, was all smushed in pretty good. Fixed all that, so it's good to go. Tested power. Seems like it works fine. So I just got to correct the rack ears, get those bent back into shape, which I don't think will be too difficult. So I end up making out pretty good on a good deal on a JD-990. We'll see how good I do with repairing those rack ears, but that was unfortunate. And that's like, I've bought a lot of stuff off Reverb, and I've had some sketch stuff come from there, like my Nord Wave. I remember when it came, the guy had literally sent it in a soft case, kind of wrapped in some boxes that he had like taped together, and when it got to my house, it was like the boxes were like coming apart, and luckily that turned out okay. But I was like, Jesus, man, what a crazy time. So anyway, yeah, you're gonna run into some of that buying on eBay or online, pretty much anywhere they have to send it to you. It's a possibility. Like the DeepMind 12, I remember when I got that, it was brand new, and it had a ribbon cable or something that came disconnected in it. So what a pain. Hey Mike, how's it going, man? We got Mike in the chat. So I'll probably make a little video on repairing the 990s rack ears, and then it's going to go in here. So I've been picking up a lot of modules lately. I picked up the Proteus 2000. Those are pretty cheap. The Integra 7, which I actually got a pretty good deal on as well. Those aren't, I mean, they're kind of expensive, but they're not terrible. Korg Triton rack, I've got that in here, and then a Roland XV5080, which I understand the Integra 7 is supposed to kind of emulate the 5080 and some other things, but from what I have seen and heard, like, they're not identical, so it's good to kind of have the originals. Yeah, so picked up a lot of modules lately, and they're not, like, especially like the Proteus was like $200, you know, can't go wrong with that. And the XV5080, those actually sell for a decent price still, but there's a reason for that, I think. They sound really good. And the Korg Triton I got from a guy locally for a pretty good price too. So those are nice little bargains right now. So yeah, I'm going to be doing some exploring on those. Yeah, what else? That's pretty much it for new stuff right now. So let's get into the tune. So last week we had started working on a Psytrance tune. I did a bunch of work to this already. It's actually kind of on its way to being done, I think. But it's one of those things where I might have altered it to the point to where maybe it's not really Psytrance anymore. I don't know. But I'll play it for you and see what you guys think. And then I'll go through and kind of talk about what I broke, what I changed. Or what I broke. Yeah, I probably broke it. So yeah, some of it's a little repetitive still. I'm gonna work on some of that probably. Need to add a break. There's not really a break in this tune, so I got to work on that. One other thing I forgot to mention. So some of you may be aware, I've pre-ordered a Waldorf Quantum, and I don't know what the deal is, but that is still not here. And when I bought the Micro Brute, my Sweetwater guy called me and gave me an update on it and said it's been delayed again. So I don't know when that's coming, but pretty excited for it. So hopefully it's sooner than later. But just to give you all an update, if anyone's been curious about that, that's the status there. So Mike in the chat is saying he's got a Jupiter 50, which that is basically the keyboard version of the Integra 7. The Jupiter 50 and the Jupiter 80 have the same Supernatural engine, which is really cool. I thought those looked really nice. I just kind of wish they didn't put the Jupiter name on them. But yeah. And then he said he also picked up a Drum Brute, which is really cool. Yeah, you're going to have to let me know what you think of that, Mike. I'm curious. Because those are pretty inexpensive right now, too, I think. So, a nice little analog drum machine. Arturia makes great stuff. I mean, I can't say enough good things about the Matrix Brute. The Micro Brute, you guys saw, if you guys watched last week's show, I did some live sound design for this song here, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, so back to this tune. So yeah, I changed quite a bit. I changed the kick drum. I wasn't really, after listening to quite a bit, didn't really think that was fitting too well, so I went in and did some redesigning for that. I also changed the claps and the bass, changed the bass from the Roland Cloud Juno 106. I actually went with an Omnisphere patch. Let me pull that sucker up. See how that comes through. But it really sounds a lot better, I think. A lot cleaner. And what I tend to do is I'll layer two sets of basses. Basically, I'll have kind of like one where you can hear some of the transients, and I'll do kind of a sub bass. And for the sub bass, I've just used the Arturia Mini V2 plugin, which is ironic since I've got a Mini Moog sitting right here. But sometimes these plugins are real nice to kind of just drop in. And when I'm doing something with, I'm just trying to get some sub bass, I don't need to go through the process of using the Mini Moog necessarily for that. But yeah, so, and then these are being sequenced with Blue Arp. So same patterns, but if we solo this, let's see, actually we'll solo both of those and play. So, and then if I shut that one off, that's just the Omnisphere. So you're just getting some of that transients there. And I don't know how well this comes through on YouTube with the bass, but when you have the bass back in. And for anyone who's interested, it is the Looping Circles preset. And I didn't change shit. It's just a preset. For the Mini V, I did come in here and do some sculpting, obviously, to get the sub portion in, and then just layering both of those and having them both being triggered to Blue Arp. So that's a big change in the tune. Let's see, what else did I do? I added, maybe it's not in the effects here, but I added like some more percussive elements. Let's see if I can find where I put those. It's pretty subtle, but it's just like some more kind of drum loop percussion type stuff. Gosh, I can't remember where that is in here now. So anyway, I guess if I find that, I'll show it to you. But otherwise, let's talk about the Integra 7 parts. So I kind of layered these along with the M1, the Korg M1 Korg Legacy plugin, and I did some sound shaping, I guess, using LFO tool. Yeah, so here's the Integra 7, and sorry about Windows noises. That's the other computer there. But here's the Integra 7. So if we solo these, so this is everything playing. And what I've done is I've got LFO tool on here, just going like crazy bananas. Give it kind of a shimmery effect. So if we turn that off, still sounds pretty good. I'm gonna turn it back on. That's what we get. And some art acoustic reverb on there. But yeah, if we just hear just the Integra 7 part, this is the Whisper Vox patch. It's patch 816. And let me just shut off the other stuff. So that's just Integra 7 right there. There's so many freaking sounds in this thing, it's insane. There's like over 6,000 sounds. And I want to get the editor and really kind of dive into it a little bit. And since I've got some of the original boxes that this is supposed to kind of emulate, it'd be fun to do some comparisons with like the 990 and the XV5080. Yeah. Oh, some of you might also notice behind me the JD-800. It's in Studio B over there. It's going to go to the repair shop pretty soon. It's got some issues with the keyboard, needs to get fixed, and probably good cleaning. But I picked up the Chord Radius key bed, just the RDKB or whatever, I can't remember what it's called, but the Radius I have there, what I originally purchased as just the rack module, and I was always wanting to get like the full keyboard, and I found one on eBay. It was kind of expensive, but I really wanted it, so there it is. And so some stuff's been shuffled around. But anyway, Integra 7, that's a change in the tune. And then yeah, we're still just doing M1 layering, right? M1, and for anyone curious about that, we're using Venice, and we're using, what's this one? The Voice Choir. So we got like 3 different layers for that, and then just running them through in the Ableton group. The LFO tool that goes bananas, and some reverb. Kind of helps a lot, but again, like I think I've kind of changed the tone of the track to the point to where this is not really Psytrance anymore. I mean, it's kind of a hybrid, I guess. I do that a lot, where I have an idea to start out doing one thing, and then it kind of evolves into something else, and yeah, that's probably, I think most people run into that. But yeah, let me see if I can find that other percussion section. I got silent in there. I don't think it's the play stuff. This is just the, oops. This one. No, it's in here somewhere. I hear it. Here we go. It's real subtle, but it's just like some kind of little clippy clips. And I should probably switch over to something like that. You guys can't see shit what I'm doing. Oh, live streaming. Yeah, so this is just a I can't remember what sample pack. That's a one shot from something that I've just kind of sequenced a little bit. But yeah, when you kind of add it all up. That's pretty much it. And then what I did is, like, in the arrangement view, I just kind of played these in some kind of order to get a structure for the tune. So What I think I want to do is kind of emulate that, but with what's on the push, and then figure out where I want to add a break. So we'll probably work on that right now. So the way I've got it right now. Back to here. Gonna go back up to this. Actually, it does all this again, all the way up through here. I think. And then it goes back to. I can't remember now. Let's see what that sounds like. this is where the brake needs to go. That's a possibility. So what happens? Let's go into our kicks. Let's take these out. Let's see what that does here. I think that for our filter automation, we need to change that and make it go maybe the other way. So to start with a high pass on the kick and bring it in, I think that would be nice. So let's go to here and let's check our automation. Come on. So it'll be this one, I think. That sounded kind of cool. from the top. So let's get the rest of the sequence down. So then it's going to go to this. It's going to go here to here. Or, is that right? Yeah. There. So then this is where this song kind of starts to taper off. So we're going to take these down here, but we're going to put them in reverse order. Paste. Okay. I think that's it. Let's see. Okay, so this one needs to go up to here. All right. And then we need like a one shot. So duplicate that. One shot, kick, and crash. So we don't need this or this. Oh. That way, we get one of those. And I think I want to move some of those effects from the micro brute down. So like maybe we'll put that one there. I moved that too far down. I want to. Let's add a couple of these in there. There we go. Alright, so I think we're almost done with all that. So I'm going to do another playthrough here and see how it's sounding. Hey BLX man, you got a green face? What's happening? That's supposed to be. You know what? so I don't forget. That's supposed to repeat. So we'll duplicate it. So we're gonna add some snare crescendos in here. So let's drop in a new, oh shit. Ah, come on now. A new MIDI track in our percussion section. Get a drum rack in here. And then let's find some snares. So get some one-shots. I like the hydrogen samples a lot, but let's see. I don't know if these are going to be what I want. Actually, that might be pretty good. I want kind of a pretty plain Jane vanilla sample. Alright, so then where do we put these? change that just a little bit. That's alright. Alright, where else? like that's more. Let's toss on. Add a little bit of reverb, maybe. Give it like a little mini boost, you know? find a different one. Let's try that. Oh shit, am I gonna have to redo all the automation if I do that? Probably. Fuck that. I like that better, but maybe we'll do something like that. Give me that punch I want. That's the hardest part. I gotta work that in. so I'm going to save what I did here. Do a final playback for today, and then I'll probably call it a night, or call it a day, or whatever. So, yeah, it's going to need some more work still. I need to get that speak and read and drop some vocals in here too, I think. So that'll be on my agenda as well. But yeah, I'll do one last playthrough, and then I appreciate everyone who dropped by. BLX probably didn't look like he liked this too much. He had a green face, like he's gonna puke maybe. I don't know. Or green with envy. That's the way I choose to see it. Anyway, yeah, I'll do one last playthrough. So, and again, guys, we've got lots of cool stuff coming up. Take a look at Studio B. We got all the boutiques. That's 11 boutiques. I'm going to make one track with all 11 boutiques pretty soon. So that'll be a lot of fun. Otherwise, have a great afternoon, great evening. And I'll see you guys next Saturday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Almost said 6 p.m. 5 p.m. Mountain Time. But if you guys like 6 Mountain, if that works better for everyone, let me know. I'm pretty flexible with this. And any questions, comments, concerns, you know where to leave those. And have a great week. And that's it. So, before I go, we got Dos Goss dropping by. What's up, Dos Goss? How you doing, man? He just picked up a monologue, right? Did I read that right? Oh, a mini log. Sorry, he got the 4-voice poly version. Ooh, you have to let me know what you think about that one, man. That's I should get one. I got lots of other stuff right now to dig into, but I do kind of want one. Oh no, the Uno went back, huh? That's all right. The monologues or the mini logs, great synth. Plus, it's polyphonic. Yeah, it's a little more expensive, but you get a lot more features out of it. So I don't blame you at all for that. Yeah. So with this tune, I did quite a bit of work on it. I need to. Just today, we're kind of at the end of the stream here, Doscott, so apologize, it came in a little late, but I added some snare fills, kind of starting to figure out how to do the break. So I need to work on a lot of that. Like, I'm not too happy with the way the snare crescendos are sounding right now. I need to add a little bit more variation in some of probably the main melody a little bit. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'll work on that all this week. Yeah, so that's where we're going to end it, I think, today, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate you all being here. We had Mike, we had Doscos in the chat, we had BLX get a little green in the face. But yeah, appreciate everyone who drops by. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back next Saturday. And again, we're going to do some fixing on the JD-990, and then stay tuned for the Boutique Madness tune in Studio B. That's going to be coming up as soon as I can figure out how to hook all that shit up. But it's a work in progress, and it'll be done soon enough. So thanks again, everyone. Have a good week.